Knots, knots, knots. So many to choose from in fishing, and it can be confusing. But today is your lucky day because I'm going to give you my top 3 knots that I use all the time. Stay tuned. So the first knot we're going to demonstrate is going to be a simple Snell knot. And I'm going to use this knot for flipping and pitching or heavy cover situations. The hook that I'm normally going to use is this one here. It's got the keeper on it to keep the soft plastics up on the hook and a shorter shank. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to use the longer shanked hook and flatter shanked hook. We're going to use 50 to 65 pound braid to do this knot, and we're going to use 65 to demonstrate. We're going to go through the top of the eyelet, and we're going to give ourselves plenty of line. Then we're going to do a loop, okay? And then we're going to wrap 6 to 7 times through the line and on that shank. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull that up onto our shank a little bit and start pulling. Once we pull that, we got a nice Snell knot there, okay? And then what we can do, what this knot really does is when you set the hook with that braid, it pops the hook up into the fish for a really good hook set, especially when that heavy weight's up here, all right? And then what we can do is take our scissors and there's our knot. Perfect Snell knot. Our next knot is going to be a Alberto knot, and we're going to need braid and fluorocarbon to do this knot, and we're going to tie them together. So what we're first going to do is take our fluorocarbon, give yourself plenty of line, and make a loop. Just a simple loop, just like that. Tag ends down this way, and there we go. Then we're going to take our braid or tag end and go right through that loop. Give yourself plenty of line. And we're going to pinch it just like that. Then we're going to go 6 or 7 times. We're going to go down through just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, however many times you went down, you need to go up. So we went down 6, we're going to go up 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we get to our 6th one, we got to make sure that we're going to take our line, and however we went up through that loop, now we're going to go back down through it. Just like that, okay? Then we're going to wet it. Always make sure you wet your lines. And then we're going to pull it all together for a nice Alberto knot. Got pretty heavy line there, so it takes a little bit. Then we can take our scissors. You can actually cut it right at the knot. And cut the fluorocarbon. And right there is our Alberto knot. Again, Alberto knot's going to be for spinning situations, and I even use it for some casting situations where you want the sensitivity of the braid, but you want a little bit of forgiveness and the invisibility of the fluorocarbon. The next knot we're going to tie is my favorite and my go-to knot, and that's the Palomar knot. You can use fluorocarbon, monofilament, Cast Pro braid, and what you do is you take your plug. This is just a practice plug with an eyelet. And there's a couple ways you can do it. You can actually go through the eyelet with your tag end, bring it back, and come through again the opposite way, which creates a loop effect, something like that. Or you can do what I normally do, and I just create a loop in my line, and then if I have a big enough eyelet, I'll go through it, which creates that loop again. And then here's where it gets a little tricky. You come up, here's your loop, you twist your loop around the line, okay, just like that. We got a little twist there in our line. And then you take your loop and you go around your lure. All right. And then again, as always, you wet your line and then you just cinch it down. It's a very, very simple yet effective knot. Cut your tag end. And there you are. So there you have it, folks. You got to see my top 3 knots that I like to use. And you know, in every one of those knots that you've seen, I created tag ends. And you know, it's very, very easy to let them fall down if you're fishing on the bank, or if they're in your boat, let line blow out. Always think about our waterways. Clean up after yourself. You know, a lot of these waterways now have line dispensers somewhere in the parking lot. If not, go to your local tackle shop and get rid of the line or throw it out. But I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe. Like I always say, there's no such thing as a bad day on the water.